Thank you. Thank you very much. Might stand over here so I'm not blocking the slide. Just a very quick recap on us. Both Katie and I co-founded Lawthentic going back about 3 years ago, and it's been a bit of a journey. Between us, we've got over 50 years of experience in business. We've got approximately 25 years experience between us in law, and we've worked in a myriad of industries and areas of law. With Lawthentic, what we started off with is really trying to provide a different service. What we realised quite early on is that small and medium business wasn't being serviced properly by lawyers, in particular in Sydney. Typically, a small and medium business is serviced by suburban practices which provide a general service, and they are not specialists. So we went about trying to provide something that was different, something that was rather specialised. So we started off with being unconventional. We wanted to move away from the traditional law firm model and the traditional manner in which law firms work. We run a high-tech office, a minimum paper office. I'd love for it to be paperless, but that's almost impossible in law. We run a high-tech office, and we try to run it in a way where we could really work anywhere, anytime, any place. We call it lawyering 24/7. I should probably trademark that, but anyway. When we try to be available, everything with us is mobile phones. We have no gatekeepers. So when a client wants to speak to a lawyer, there is no one between. They get directly to a senior lawyer, and that is part of the service that we provide. The next thing is relationships. We're not in it for the one-night stand. We like to grow with our clients, hold our clients' hand, and grow together with them. I've quite often found over the last decade, I have clients come back to me again and again. I have people ring me up, and it takes me a while to remember who they are because I've done work for them 7 years ago, and they keep coming back for more. The next is flexibility. We really try to move away from the rigidity and dogma that I guess a lot of large law firms have, and try to take a flexible approach. If a client wants to pop in, if a client wants us to go out and see them, if I need to work from a client's premises, we will be flexible as much as we can. That includes when it comes to payment. Often what we'll do is, and some of you in this room may have experienced this, we try to do work in stages. So we'll break down a matter, we'll strategize it out and say stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and ask for a little bit for stage 1, a little bit for stage 2, and so on. So that assists small, medium business with affordability. Moving on to our approach. Firstly, understanding no two businesses are the same, no two business owners are the same. We try to understand the business, we try to understand your needs, we try to understand your goals. That is firstly how we approach each and every matter. The next one is explaining. Now this might sound quite obvious, but with explaining, we try to simplify the law. We try to not give clients academic information which really leaves them scratching their head with which is, yeah, what do I do with that? I have a lot of clients who just say, tell me what to do. So we try to make it as simple as we can. The next one is practicing. We believe in good advice and great service, just getting on with the job. And finally, delivering. I am personally forever frustrated by law firms that take forever to get back to me. We believe in attending to things in a timely fashion. Phone calls should be returned in the same day, emails should be responded to in the same day. The nonsense of waiting 8 weeks for a response to an email is, as far as I'm concerned, just not acceptable. So what makes us different? What makes us different? Our unique selling points are basically, firstly, that we are boutique and that we are specialists. We specialise in business and commercial law, and we really don't do anything else. Part of our specialisation is also specialising in a type of client, and that type of client is small and medium business. We're not chasing anything bigger than that. The next one is transparency. All those surprises are wonderful, not in the form of a whopping bill from a lawyer. We are transparent with all our clients. If there is any type of scope creep, or if there is a change in the scope of work, we will tell them at that point in time, give them a new price, and then move forward. So the client always knows what to expect. I've already touched on this one here, relationships. We believe in long-term relationships with our clients. Business advisors. We try to not just be legal advisors, but we also focus on giving business advice. If there is an area in which I have knowledge and expertise in, I will try to guide my clients as best as we can. And finally, the big one is preventative law. In my experience, small and medium business do not deal well with disputes. They are intimately connected to their business. Anything that comes out of business comes immediately out of the owner's pocket, and they generally have a lot of anxiety around disputes. We try to set up our clients with strategies, with protocols, guidelines. We run through a legal health checkup to ensure that they do not have problems, and we welcome our clients to call us frequently and contact us early before problems become unmanageable. So what do we do? What kind of work do we do? Firstly, commercial advice. Our practice is mainly based on transaction and advisory. We don't do litigation. When it comes to a dispute, we really do try to assist our clients as best we can to resolve that dispute without litigating. In my experience, litigation, it takes time, there is uncertainty, and there's a lot of stress that comes with it, and small and medium business do not generally deal with it well. Contracts. Contracts, any type of a commercial contract, you name the contract, we've done it, whether it be a shareholders agreement, a distribution agreement, a loan agreement, or any other type of agreement, a supplier agreement. Business structuring, whether you want to set up a company, a joint venture, a partnership, a trust. Corporate governance, just regulatory work, complying with ongoing requirements. Some of you might not know, I sit on the board of the Australian Institute of Business Brokers, which is the peak body that represents business brokers Australia-wide. I'm also their in-house counsel, and I do a lot of sale and purchase of business. Moving on from that is franchising and licensing, which is quite intimately tied to franchising. Other type of work that we do is competition and consumer work. If you've got the ACCC knocking on the door, or New South Wales Fair Trading, or problems with customers, and matters relating to the Australian consumer law. I'll move on to just some of the more common ones. Digital media. If you have a website, you probably need website terms and conditions, and if you're collecting personal information, you probably need a privacy policy. We work with some startups, we're working with a couple at the moment, and as I've already said, we do quite often legal checkups where we go through a series of questions where we ensure that all the essentials are in place so that problems do not occur. Lastly, the type of clients that we work with, creative. So anyone in the creative space, businesses that are innovative. Quite often we come across businesses that are doing something in a fairly new type of way, an old concept being reinvented. So anything that is a good imaginative matter, we will assist you with. Anyone who's dynamic, the movers and shakers. And finally, as I've already said, small and medium business. Just a quick case study. This particular client came through the door a couple of years ago, had a number of issues with property and development applications, problems with employees, problems with regulators. We went through and systematically dealt with each and every matter. We also put in place strategies and protocols so that these problems don't arise again. I speak with this client weekly. Every week on a Friday after I leave here, I speak to him and we make sure that everything is covered and that he has no problems in his business. And that is Lawthentic. Thank you.